Good afternoon, everyone. So my presentation today is on adolescent mental well-being, substance use, and chronic pain, a population-based cross-sectional study in the Vavuniya district of Sri Lanka. So to begin with, let's talk about adolescent mental health, substance use, and chronic pain. So the World Health Organization defines adolescence as the period between 10 to 19 years, and it is the period of transition between childhood and adulthood. Therefore, adolescence is a crucial and a critical period in the development of the life of an individual. And it is known that exposure to childhood trauma is associated with mental health issues, academic problems, emotional and behavioral difficulties, and also substance use. And it is known that trauma caused by exposure to natural and man-made disasters may have consequences not only during adolescence, but also during the entire life course of an individual. And even though adolescent mental health has received a lot of prominence and attention during the past few years, adolescent mental health still remains under-investigated, especially in low and middle income countries. So talking about the study setting, which is the Vavuniya district, this study setting was chosen because Vavuniya was a high conflict level district during the 30-year-long civil war in Sri Lanka, and the conflicts had a significant impact on the quality of life of the people. And during these conflicts, more than 250,000 internally displaced persons moved to the Vavuniya district, and it was observed that the trauma caused by these consequences of war was high among these IDPs. And following the defeat of the LTT in the year 2009, rapid infrastructure developments took place in the Vavuniya district. And due to this, both legal and illegal substances entered these communities. And it goes without saying that these substances were a novel experience to both the youth and the adolescents in this region. And even though Vavuniya has an adolescent population of more than 34,000 individuals, exact prevalences of mental disorders and substance use among adolescents are not available for the district. Therefore, this study was conducted with the aim of exploring the prevalences of selected common mental disorders, hopelessness, chronic pain, and substance use among adolescents in the Vavuniya district. So moving on to the methodology of the study setting was, as I said earlier, the Vavuniya district, and the research design was a population-based cross-sectional study. And the study population included both males and females between the ages of 12 to 19 years who were living permanently in the Vavuniya district for 5 or more years. And the sample size was calculated using OpenEpi, which is an open source sample size calculator. And since exact prevalence estimates for mental disorders were not available for the district, we used an estimated prevalence of 50%, and the final sample size was calculated to be 585. And we used a cluster sampling method as the sampling method, and 30 different clusters from the 29 Brahmaniladhari divisions of the Vavuniya district were selected. And the study received ethical approval from the Ethics Review Committee of the Rajaratna University of Sri Lanka. And since people in Vavuniya speak a different Tamil language than that spoken in Colombo district and other districts of Sri Lanka, the cultural adaptation of the study instruments and questionnaires was done with the help of a patient and public involvement and engagement, or a PPIE group, and data was collected using a combination of interviewer-administered and self-administered questionnaires, and finally data was analyzed using the SPSS statistical software. So for the purposes of this abstract, we used data from 4 different study instruments, which included the patient health questionnaire for depression, the Beck's hopelessness scale for hopelessness, the chronic pain grading scale for chronic pain, and the substance use questionnaire for substance use. So this substance use questionnaire was modified using the school-based substance use questionnaire developed by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and it was specifically adapted to suit the Northern Province. So moving on to the results of the study, let's first look at the socio-demographic characteristics. So looking at the age categories, 42% of the participants were between the ages of 12 to 14 years, 30% of the participants were between 15 to 16 years, and 28% of the participants were between 17 to 19 years. And looking at the gender of the participants, we had equal percentages of both males and females in the study. and 16% of the participants said they were exposed to some sort of war-related trauma. And looking at ethnicity, the majority of the participants included in the study were Tamil, 92% to be accurate, while 8% of the participants were Sinhalese. And we also looked into the mothers or fathers' availability at home, and 75% of the participants said their father was available at home with them, while 90% of the participants said their mother was available at home with them. So looking at school dropouts, 9% of the participants said they had dropped out of school, and out of these school dropouts, 56% were males, while 44% were females. So looking at substance use, depression, hopelessness, and chronic pain, we found that 7% of the participants had consumed or used some sort of substance during their lifetime, and none to mild depression was present in 96% of the participants, while only 4% of the participants had moderate to severe depression. And looking at hopelessness, 95% of the participants reported that they had none to mild hopelessness, while only 5% of the participants said they had moderate to severe hopelessness. And finally, looking at chronic pain, 23% of the participants had chronic pain, while 77% of the participants said they did not experience any chronic pain. And when we looked into the first substances used by these adolescents, 34.21% said the first substances they used was BD, followed by betel quid and beer with a percentage of 15.8%. And this clustered bar chart shows the comparison of depression, substance use, chronic pain, and school dropouts versus age categories. And we can observe a similar pattern where depression, substance use, chronic pain, and school dropouts are all highly prevalent or more prevalent in the age category of 15 years and above, which is shown by the green bars, while all 4 of these categories were less prevalent in the age category of 12 to 14 years. So we also conducted chi-square tests to find out the association between selected variables, and we found out that dropping out of school was significant with both age and depression, and substance use was significant with both age and gender, while depression was significant with chronic pain, age, and hopelessness. And finally, father's availability at home was significant with substance use. So moving on to the discussion of the study, we found a significant association between chronic pain and depression. So it is a well-established fact that depression and chronic pain usually go hand in hand. For example, a person with depression may end up getting chronic pain, and a person with chronic pain may usually end up being depressed. So this association was also proven by the results of our study, which showed a significant association between these two variables. And our study also found that adolescents who dropped out of school were more likely to have depression and used at least one substance during their lifetime compared to the adolescents who did not drop out of school. So these results are in agreement with the studies conducted by Liam and his colleagues, which states that young people who drop out of high school are more likely to be depressed than high school graduates. And another study conducted by Welkow, which states that high school dropouts have much higher rates of substance use compared to non-dropouts. And we also found almost equal percentages of males and females dropping out of school. So this might be because these adolescents or these youth are compelled to actually drop out of school to actually support their families and to get rid of extreme poverty. And contrary to previous studies, even though Vavuniya is a conflict-affected region, our results showed low prevalences of common mental disorders like depression and hopelessness. So as you know, it has been almost, I think 12 years past the war now. So this low prevalence of mental disorders might be because the longer duration of displacement and the time since the traumatic experience, and also it is a well-established fact that Sri Lankans are resilient. So this might also be attributable to the low prevalence of common mental disorders in these adolescents. So moving on to the conclusion, Dropping out of school, depression, hopelessness, and substance use constitutes two very small percentages in the study. So we assumed that certain characteristics or variables like substance use may have been underreported because participants may not have been willing to share information about substance use. However, the low prevalence of hopelessness and depression highlights the fact that these adolescents are resilient in the face of adversity and are quick to move on. And however, more focus should be called upon on academic attainment to promote better educational outcomes in the adolescents of this conflict-affected region. So these are the references I used, and thank you.